Word of advice for those of you doing this at home. Sew the trim on before you sew the two sides of the sailor collar together, because now I have to figure out what I'm going to do at the end. And getting the thread to catch only one layer of this crappy satin, mind you it is slippery so that helps, is a bitch. So yeah, I didn't sew the trim on before I sewed it together because it's crappy satin and I was afraid it was gonna fray to pieces while I was trying to sew the trim on, but this is taking so long that I'm thinking I should have done it the other way. I have to check every single stitch before I pull it through. I actually accidentally have one stitch showing on the back side, but that'll be lying on her shirt, so it won't show. Oh yeah, since I'm not going to have captions, cute, clever captions that I can't read because I'm too busy sewing, this is a Sailor Moon collar for my daughter's Halloween costume. And I'm using an applique stitch because I don't have a sewing machine. Because I don't like sewing machines. I like sewing by hand. Then you can bring it with you anywhere, and you can watch your friends' videos. Okay, you can listen to your friends' videos while you're doing it.
Hey friends, it's been a few days since I started this video. I don't get a whole lot of time to carve. I sort of have to take it as I get it, you know? So it's been about a week since I started this spoon. As I make these spoons, I guess I have some thoughts, which maybe I'll try to share with you guys today.
Yeah, I guess I should.
It's a learning process. I watch a lot of YouTube videos on how to make spoons, and even guys who are doing things that I like not to do, I still learn something, you know. I still think anyone who's putting videos up deserves some thanks, because, you know, most of us aren't making any money at this, right? But it's still such a great resource, you know, when you're learning to do this. And as I do this, I sort of...
I wonder if there's a big market for spoons carved with an axe.
If I could do this often enough and well enough to sell them, sorry. That would be ideal. As it is, you know, I only started it sort of as a, you know, carving a spoon is a bushcraft 101 thing, right? And I discovered I kind of like doing it, you know, so I've kept up. Now, my toolkit is really, really basic. I'll show it to you. You guys have seen this.
I said I was checking the back of each stitch, but I kind of lied because what I'm actually doing is just slipping the fabric with my finger to make sure I haven't caught the needle. When I get close to the pin, I have to take the pin out, or I can't actually just catch one layer of fabric because the pin holds them too closely together. Arrgh! I don't know why that happened. Probably because I was talking.
Especially for when I'm removing material to try to get it down to that size.
Anyway, satin is super slippery. It's a bitch to sew. So generally you have to pin it like crazy, but fortunately this bias tape is being very cooperative and not sliding around even when I have to take the pin out early. The thread, on the other hand, is cheap thread from like a hotel sewing kit, so it's not so cooperative.
I don't use it anymore, actually. I find that
yeah, okay, time to take the pin out.
Too fast. I'm not fabulous at sharpening, so I've got it back to a serviceable edge, but it's not an exciting knife to use. It's not a great knife at all. I recently got this from Alexander Yerkes, and it's fabulous. It's just great. Some of you guys might know Alex Yerkes from his YouTube channel, or if you're on Bushcraft USA, you'll know him at Addy. He makes fabulous creases, he makes gorgeous spoons, and now he's getting into blacksmithing. So, I contacted him and ordered this, and it's a much, much better knife. It's better, you can hold it different ways. However, the Frost, once you work in shipping and everything, it's like a $30 knife, maybe, or like 28 or something. I'm not entirely sure, I don't remember. This, shipping to Canada, that's a $100 knife. So I would expect it to be a lot better. I have no regrets. I think this knife is worth what I spent because I enjoy it that much. It makes the carving such a better experience. But if you're living across an international border from him, bear in mind that I think he charges his actual price like 60 or 70 shipped in the States or something. I don't quite remember. But getting it across the border is going to pump your price up. So just be aware.
The reason I'm using this crappy fabric is because I had it. It used to be part of a petticoat that I used for a delirium costume many years ago.
That's my true tip so far.
For myself, not for Callie, she wasn't born yet. Somebody had already opened the waistband so that the elastic was accessible, so it was very easy for me to go in there and tighten the waistband so that it was Kylie's size. Then I cut off the bottom foot or so to make it the right length. Once I did that, I realized that I had blue fabric that would match the skirt perfectly to make the collar with, and I had exactly the right amount of fabric to make the collar to about 1/8 of an inch. I didn't have any to spare, especially after I screwed up cutting the first piece, folded it the wrong way.
So, the stove's been sitting in food grade mineral oil for about 3 days.
What is food grade mineral
I
oil?
don't know if it should be 3 days or 7 or just 1. I put it in some oil and let it soak.
This cheap satin. Iron's better than I thought it would. I put it on the lowest setting of my iron and it got nice and flat, but the seams still look kind of foldy. I'm wondering if maybe I should have ironed them in some way before turning the thing right side out. I don't normally sew clothes. I normally sew quilts. So the topology of sewing clothing, even something as simple as a sailor collar, is a little bit challenging for me.
In the days since I started this video, I've been thinking if I do decide to put a logo on this or something, I was wondering, at first I thought maybe getting it laser etched, but sending my spoons out to a laser etcher every time I make one seems expensive. Then I was thinking of maybe branding them, getting a metal, I don't know, some of the CNC's metal brands or whatever,
That would be hardcore.
If anyone out there knows anything about that, please feel free to PM me or maybe
Dremel.
Maybe drop a comment down below the video here. What I'm gonna do is, as you
No man, carve them. That'd be hot.
I'm sticking at the end of this video. family, if you like my videos, if you like this one or any of the others, please subscribe. I really like seeing new subscribers show up. Makes me feel like there's someone out there actually paying attention. Yeah, looks cool. So I guess this one's
Looks like a spoon.
I've used wax finish on it or not.
Bizarre.
I'm trying to think that maybe just oiling them is going to be enough. I'll think on it for a few days. But for the purpose of this video, just glue this down. Looks great to me. As I said, I'm going to put some shots on. There we go. That's all she wrote. Thanks for watching, guys.
Okay, I need to tie that off. I'm going to put the knot on the back side of the bias tape where it will be hidden. I can still do that because I've only sewed down one side of the bias tape. No, don't do that. Ah! Did it work? Good enough. There.